Hey, friends. So, I've been working with these issues that I've spoken about for probably the last 2, 3 days now. I think particularly maybe 2 days ago or so, um, I was really kind of in the throes of feeling just the emotional impact of some of the physical injuries that I've felt, that I've sustained over the last 4 or 5 months in the case of one, and another month or two in the case of the other. And as I work with my own psyche around the issue of physical injury, I start from a place, or at least I try to start from a place, and I think I'm generally successful in starting from a place of assuming that any injury is a step towards deeper healing. And the reason I say that is because, on one level, injuries can be signals to our system, to our body, our mind, whatever, that we need something, right? This can happen in our organs can communicate that, our physical bodies can communicate that. But there's an even deeper level, where it's not communicating about what the physical body needs. The physical body is communicating that there's a deeper need, maybe something that we're not paying attention to, or in my case, what I've been feeling is there is a particular kind of energy that has an outsized influence on the way I approach life. And it was telling to me when I went to an osteopath and he looked at my wrist after I'd injured it. I have a ligament tear in this right wrist. Not my favorite thing to have, but I've spoken on a number of posts about all the different discoveries I've made since sustaining the injury. One of the things this osteopath said to me was, he said he felt some of the bones in my wrist that were really locked up. And he said, there's something about domination in that right hand that I think you're letting go of. And man, if that didn't strike a chord, I was like, yeah, wow, you kind of nailed it. Like, that's something that I think I have spent a fair amount of time and energy and effort counteracting. In other words, I've been conscious of that kind of dominating energy. And I've done things that either alleviate it temporarily, allow it to be channeled into things that are, I'd say more productive and healthy. There are ways to channel that kind of energy that are more productive and healthy versus less productive and healthy. And so that was something that I have both been aware of and also, done some work around. But there was still a level there was still a level leading into this injury that was really still kind of hooked on that pattern. And this injury, I mean, so my first experience of this injury, especially when I started to have it worked on with the osteopath, was I felt furious and I felt this aggressive frustration, anger, just wanted to. I was just, it was a level of kind of intense frustration that I haven't felt really in a number of years. It's been a long time since I felt that in my system. Now, that doesn't mean it wasn't there. In fact, obviously it was there, but I hadn't felt it, hadn't come to the surface. And what I think I had gotten pretty good at doing was both repressing it and to some degree managing it through practices like yoga and qigong and meditation that take that energy and allow it to sort of both burn off. It's like almost you burn off some of that energy, and then also as in the process of sitting with it and experiencing it, there's a certain amount of release from it. But clearly there was plenty of it left. Both enough that I could really feel it again once I started the healing process, and in particular enough that I could do something to my body that was so aggressive and so destructive without really being aware that that's what I was doing or that's what I was about to do. You know, it's not like I felt that energy as I sustained the injury. I was just playing a game of tennis, and I was playing kind of hard and I wanted to win, but I wasn't in an aggressive place of, well, so I wasn't consciously in an aggressive place of wanting to dominate. I think subconsciously I was. Subconsciously, that's exactly where I was. And what I have received since then is a sense that I've got to let that go. And my body and my mind, my whole system was going to teach me that I had to let that go. It was going to teach me that a completely different path of self-expression is available to me. And if my physical strength needs to be curtailed in order for me to discover that, then that's what the universe / my own wisdom is going to do. That's what has already happened in some ways. That's what this injury represents to me. I will now be coping with this for a long time. And man, you know, I've said this before too, it's really hard not to look at a situation like this, not to get the message and go, yeesh, did I really need to get hurt? Did I really need to do this in order to get that message? You know, we wrestle with this, and I kind of question, because obviously it'd be way preferable to have been able to receive this message without an injury. But the answer to that question is yes, we did need this. I did need this. If it has happened, you can question it if you want, but I mean, it's like, it's like questioning anything else in the past. There's no going back and fixing it. There's no changing it. And the truth is, the thing being received, this is the brilliant structure of the universe, the thing being received completely overshadows the injury or the catalyst for that insight. So in other words, what I stand to receive by truly learning this lesson will completely outweigh whatever I've lost. And that's the genius of the universe. It's helping us learn what we need to learn. So that's really what has showed up big for me, is the sense that for whatever reason I needed this lesson. I'm being given a gift. And if I can receive it with courage, if I can receive it with fully, it might blow my mind. So I've been, telling friends and some family members about this injury, and just almost like coming out of the closet, because in some ways it's like most people that are in my life, they just know I sprained my wrist this summer. They have no idea that it's of the course that it has taken, and where I've landed, what has actually happened, what level of impact it's had. So I started sharing that with some folks here and there, but it doesn't. So as I do that, I'm kind of walking a line of like revealing the impact that this has had, which is significant, and trying to be forthright, at least, not trying to give anybody too much TMI, too much information, but I am trying to be willing to talk about it, even if it's painful for me. And and then on the flip side, explain and describe to the extent that I can the actual lesson of this, which goes way beyond I got hurt or I have an injury that I have an injury that I now have to manage. It goes way beyond that. So it's a never-ending, highly interesting journey. It's life. Here we go. But that's where I am today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you very soon.